Hi everyone, and welcome to my LEGO review video for the Winnie the Pooh set number 21326. This set comes with 1,265 pieces and is currently retailing in the US for $99.99. It is the most recent set in the LEGO Ideas theme, and it comes with 5 minifigures, including Pooh, Tigger, Rabbit, Piglet, and Eeyore. I had a lot of fun building this set. It wasn't overly complicated. It was not as many 1x1s if I compare it to the blacksmith set. I know that was a big thing in my previous review. With the blacksmith, there was a lot of 1x1s. Not so much here. It's about half the pieces as the blacksmith set. So you're looking at also a smaller footprint. I definitely recommend it though if you're a fan of anything Disney or anything Winnie the Pooh. Might make like a great collector's item just for the figs alone. And there were a lot of fun features to the build. Just looking at it right now, you can see kind of peeking out at the top the beehive. The beehive has 1x1 round tiles that are printed with bees on them, and that feature does actually spin. It was great when I first saw the set. I kind of predicted that, and it was a running joke as I was building it with Morgan that would the bees spin around the beehives or not? And Dad was right, so brownie point for Dad. Speaking of Morgan, she did help me build the figs, as always. And then she also helped me with the branches, which was the 7th bag. The last bag in the set was the branches and the log that Pooh is sitting on. And while we were doing that, we actually watched a couple episodes, or a couple movies featuring Winnie the Pooh. I gotta be honest, I hadn't watched Winnie the Pooh in probably 30 years, but I really enjoyed that time and spending that time with Morgan while building this set, and I think LEGO knocked it out of the park for that aspect. A couple of things I did want to mention as we go through this. Again, this is 18 plus on the box, but I don't know that you have to be over 18 to really appreciate it. I think what LEGO is just trying to do is kind of say, look, this is probably more geared towards adults. It doesn't mean that only adults can do it, but geared more towards adults. Obviously, anybody who grew up in the 80s, like myself, Winnie the Pooh was kind of a big deal. So they're probably looking at marketing it that way. But again, that being said, it doesn't prevent younger ones from at least getting involved. And I recommend any of you that are in your 30s, like I am, who have young children, that you want to introduce them to some stuff from your childhood, this set makes for the perfect way to do that. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and take a look at the inside in just a moment. Here we have a look at the inside of the build. I've actually spun it around, so it spins around and then it opens up. There's a couple of hinge pieces kind of close to the base of the tree, and then a latch piece close to what is now the left and right side of the build since I've opened it up. So you can see on the left-hand side, it's got a little stove top, which I really like the way that the chimney, if you will, comes out of the house. They've figured out a way to line that up on the roof, so that was really cool little part of the build. You can see there's a little table with a honey pot. You got Pooh's chair, and then you can't really see, you can kind of see it. There's a painting behind the chair, and I read somewhere that features the initials of the LEGO Ideas designer, the LEGO fan. That's the initials of his children. So that's a pretty cool little feature there. And up top in the attic, if you will, is a box of Pooh sticks. So very, very nicely done. There's actually a little heart piece there as well, heart tile. Came with an extra one, so I made sure I left one of those for Morgan as I was building it. And then when she came down, she saw it and she got really excited. to have an extra heart piece for her Lego builds. But the left side, going left to right, the left side features kind of the kitchen area, sitting area. In the center, you've got the main doorway. There's an umbrella in a stand. There's actually a mirror there. And there's a map of the 100-acre wood. So that all was very cool. And then on the right-hand side, you've got the bed. Again, with the attic, you've got some more honey pots. Really love those honey, the printed pieces there with the honey. And, of course, honey misspelled, just like in real Pooh world. So all of that was a lot of fun, but I think the winning piece from here are those curtains, both on the left side and right side. Those are brick-built curtains, very cool. I thought there was a nice little addition to, little mini builds addition to each side of the interior of Pooh's house. So again, really, really enjoyed this part of the build. The roof tiling maybe was a little repetitive. They tried to break it up with different colors and different sizes, but ultimately you were just placing angle pieces on a plate to get it to look that way. So the end result looks good. It was just, that's where it started to get a little monotonous for me. Just something that if you're looking for something unique and different each time out, again, you're going to have to fight through a little bit of that. So with that being said, let's take a look at the minifigs. Alright, so as I mentioned earlier in the video, the set comes with 5 minifigures, including left to right, Piglet, Rabbit, Tigger, Eeyore, and of course, Pooh himself. I gotta say, I really like 2 of these. I'm okay with 1, and then I kind of think 2 missed the mark. I'll let you kind of try and figure out which of those you think I'm thinking first. So I really, first of all, I'm partial to Tigger. He is like my favorite character of the Pooh collection. So I had high expectations, and I gotta say, I think Lego nailed it. I love the printed torso, legs, and arm that have his stripes. I think he just really looks like how he should look. I also think the tail is made of like a little bit of rubber piece, so it's not quite hard, which allows him to kind of have a little bouncy to him, which is perfect. So I gotta say, I think they nailed it there, and I think they nailed it on Eeyore. That is just classic Eeyore look. The bow in the tail, and then the stitching in the face is just perfect to me. So those 2, I think, came out really good and were worth the price of purchase alone. Again, especially Tigger. I'm a huge Tigger fan, so I was going to buy, him at some point anyway. If they ever released him as a collectible minifigure, he was getting purchased one way or the other. The one I think I'm okay with is Piglet. I think they maybe could have used mini version of Piglet, like the baby mold, maybe. I don't know. He's not quite short enough, I don't think. But that's okay. I get why they kind of did that. You can't make a brand new mold every time out. So it's okay. We'll let that one pass. Where I think maybe we missed the mark a little bit is both on Rabbit and Pooh himself. Now, I'll start with Rabbit. I don't know. There's just something that looks a little bit creepy about him. Maybe his eyebrows and his eyes are spread too far apart. Something doesn't look quite right to me, and I don't think it looks like how Rabbit looks like in the cartoon. So I'm just gonna say that, throw that out there. That being said, I think it's cool that they included a carrot for him. Yeah. Then I think the other one that we missed the mark on is Pooh. Now, I understand that probably would have been really hard to do, but I guess they could have done something more than, especially for a signature license set, could have done something more than just the painted on belly sticking out of the shirt. I think it really needs, in order to capture the essence of Pooh, it really needed to have like a belly, like something you can actually like squeeze or at least like wrap your fingers around, as opposed to just being flat and painted on the torso. Also, I don't know that his head looks quite right. Um, he's something's up there. I don't know what it is, but doesn't. Again, you're talking about signature licensed set. Main character has to look the part, and I don't think they got it right there. Neither one of these things, Rabbit or Pooh, should stop you from buying it. I think it's still a great set. I think the figs are still great. I wish a little more. Maybe I would have paid $10 more to have those things I'm talking about. I don't know, but I think because of those misses, I think this set, I talked a lot about in previous videos, Pirates of Barracuda Bay, the Blacksmith. Those were what I would call near perfect sets. And I think with Rabbit and Pooh kind of missing the mark here, I would say this isn't a near perfect set. It's not bad. It's maybe like an 8 out of 10, but definitely not that 9.5 out of 10 that you're getting, in my opinion, with Pirates of Barracuda Bay or the Blacksmith. Again, don't let that stop you from buying the set. It's a wonderful set if you have small children and you're a child of the 80s. Again, this is a great way to introduce your child or children to your childhood, and I think that's really where Lego knocked it out of the park on this. So I will be placing this next to my Disney Princess Castle and my Disney Train and Station. I know it's not quite along it's not in the same theme according to Lego, but I am going to put it, I have both of those sets on top of my computer desk in our office, so I'm going to go ahead and add this one to that as well. That's it for my review. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and click that like button, click that subscribe button, and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of my Lego videos. Until next time, thanks for watching.